Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are back with another segment of Building a Clear Online Presence. I am your host, Ebony Rose. I am a social media consultant and strategist, and I just come and give you the real tips, no fluff, no extraness on how you can build a clearer online presence for your brand, for your business, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're a content creator, whatever it is, right? So we have been talking, this is day 18. We are almost done with the month. Like, can you believe it? Like, we have been doing this for a month straight, and I appreciate everybody that has been here commenting, liking, and sharing, and subscribing. Like, thank you so much. Before I get into today's topic, please like and subscribe to this channel if you are new. If you have been here before, welcome back. This has been something that I had on my mind at the end of January, actually. And I actually was going live every day in February, and I did a whole segment on showing up for your business, for business owners, small business owners, people that wanted to start a business and needed some encouragement. So make sure you check out that playlist. And this month is just focusing on building a clear online presence and increasing your visibility. Okay. So today's topic is why your audience isn't taking action. Okay. Some people are stuck in that place where they're like, I'm posting, I'm being consistent, I'm doing all the things, but nobody's taking action. Right. So we are going to talk about that a little bit today. I'm going to give you some tools and maybe give you some insight on as to why your audience may not be taking action like you want them to. Okay. So engagement without action is common. Um, so you could post and you could have engagement, but that does not necessarily mean that they're going to take action, right? Like, let's say you're asking them to comment something, right? So, like, for instance, let's say you have them comment a word and then they get a link, right? Let's say you're selling a product, comment bookcase if you want the bookcase that I use, right? They'll get the link, they'll look at it, but they won't take action. They won't click on the link and actually purchase that, right? So engagement without action is very, very common. People will engage and they'll get the information that you're providing, but they won't take action. They won't become a buyer, right? We talked about how some followers become buyers, and sometimes that may not happen, right? Confusing content with actionable communication, right? So we have to be clear in our content with what we want our audience to do. We have to be explicit. We have to be clear. We have to tell them, this is what I'm posting. This is what I want you to do. And when you do this, you're going to get X, Y, and Z from me, right? We want them to know, like, okay, what's going to happen after I click this link? Am I going to have, like, what if I have a question? Am I able to reach out? If you are able to give feedback and provide questions, say that. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm always here to help. Be very, very clear with your content that you're posting and the actionable communication that you want them to take. Call to action. What do you want them to do? Be very, very clear about that. Okay. When the message is unclear, people will hesitate. They will look at something, they will listen to you. But if something is off, even just a little bit, because people's attention span is not always there, and they will quickly go to the next video, quickly go to the next, website or whatever. So when the message is unclear, people will hesitate to purchase, they'll hesitate to even do the call to action. So we have to be clear with that. We have to tell our audience exactly what it is that we want them to do. That's going to make them take action. That's going to make them want to engage plus take action. Okay. We love it when they engage. We love it when they comment. We love it when they share. We love it when they, you know, do all these other things, but we want them to take action, right? We want them to buy our products. We want them to sign up for our courses. We want them to take our ebooks and purchase them, right? So we have to be clear with what we want them to do, okay? Clear direction will help people respond. If you give them a clear directive, it will help them respond. Like when I say, please go to my website, you can work with me, go to the work with me tab, scroll down, it's going to give you a drop down and you can choose which service you would like to sign up for. Free consultation is also available so that we can talk about a strategy and a plan to get your brand to where you need to go. But you have to go to my website and you have to click on the Work With Me tab. and you have to book a session with me, right? But that's very clear, right? You understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm telling you to do. So that has to be a clear directive for them to know, okay, this is what she wants me to do. So now I'm going to go do this, right? Because if you're just posting something, and you're expecting action, it's not going to happen because you're not clear with what you want them to do. Now, we do run into the problem of people not reading. That's where the repetition comes in. If you start to advertise something early enough, keep sharing that, keep repeating it, because people don't read, people are too busy, and sometimes people just very plainly just miss what you're posting. So we have to constantly post, we have to be in people's faces, we have to be like the first partakers of our business, of our brands, and really, really market ourselves and push ourselves out there, right? Simplicity creates confidence in decision making, and be very, very simple with what you're doing. Don't overcomplicate it, because if you're overcomplicating it, trust me, your audience is going to feel that. They're going to feel that it's too much. They're going to feel like it's too complicated, and they're going to just scroll. They're not even going to stay on your page. So make sure that anything you're posting is clear. The message is there of what you want them to do. It's not overly complicated. You're not oversharing, and you're just getting to the point of what you want your audience to do, because sometimes there's just too much going on and people will scroll. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap. Okay, why your audience isn't taking action. They may be engaging, but they're not taking action. We need to be clear about that. We need to see why they're engaging, but they're not taking action. Confusing content with actionable communication, right? You need to be clear about your action items that you have in your content so that they know. When the message is unclear, people will hesitate. Again, make sure you're clear with what you're saying in your captions. If you're doing a head talking video, make sure you're verbally saying it. If you have words or text over the top, make sure it's very, very clear with what you want your audience to do, because when the message is unclear, people hesitate. Simplicity creates confidence in decision making. If it is simple for them, they're more likely going to follow through with action. If it's too complicated and too complex, they are going to scroll. They're going to get frustrated and say, oh, I know another place where I can go where it's going to be simple. Clicking this, clicking this. People are busy. People don't have time to do research on their own, unfortunately. But if they find somebody in business or a content creator that has everything laid out, that has everything mapped out, it's strategic, it's structured, they're going to stick with you. They're going to follow you. They're going to engage. They're going to take action anytime you post anything. But we have to build up those relationships, right? Those don't just come automatically. So we have to work at this. We have to be consistent. We have to discipline ourselves well enough to say, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z today for my business, and I'm going to show up in this way. And then the momentum builds, and we talked about that last month, and then it should be smooth sailing from there. But we have to do the work. We have to put in the work and not expect our audiences to just automatically engage with our content and take action. We have to do the work as the business owner, as the entrepreneur, as the content creator. We have to do the work. When people understand clearly, they respond more confidently. That is my closing line for you, okay? When people understand clearly what it is that you're doing, what you're selling, what they want, what you want them to do, they respond more confidently. And that's what we want. We want them to respond confidently because we are very clear and confident with our message that we're giving to them, right? So that's all I have for today. That is all I have. So let me be clear on my message and my call to action for you all today. If you would like to work with me, if you would like to even just check out my website is scrolling at the bottom of the screen for you. www.ebonyrose.com, like my name, how it's spelled. Visit my website. Make sure you go through it, play around with it, explore. There is a work with me tab. And if you click on that tab, there is a drop down that will come down. You can work with me. You can choose which service you would like to sign up for. You can either sign up for strategy sessions. I have 2 of them. The build up program is technically closed right now, but I am willing to take on someone else if they are serious about moving forward in the build up program. And then I have a free consultation, and I also have courses that I created on how to share your journey online and how to build your Instagram from the ground up. So that is all I have for today. Thank you for joining. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m.